It's Tracey and Noelle. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk. This is episode 301. 301. Can you believe it?
Can't believe it.
I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, comedian Noelle Winters Herzog.
Hello, Tracey.
Hello, season 7, episode 13 of Before the 90 Days. I know that you're like, nothing happened on this episode, but like, things happened.
I got to tell you, compared to what's been going on, I know, compared to what's been going on lately on the show, I feel like this was a dud of an episode. Also, a little thing I've noticed.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I have a migraine. I was much tanner when we were recording BS.
What, earlier before?
Yeah.
No, I think it's the lighting.
I'm white now.
Yeah, I think it's the lighting, honestly.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
that's what happens. You're better in the sunlight.
I'm trying to water binge.
Guys, go over to our Patreon, patreon.com/trash talk podcast, where you're gonna find the other way trash talk and also BS where Noelle was tanner.
I was much tanner. I think that was also a long episode today, guys.
It was an hour and 17 minutes of BS. Now, also, if you would like this episode, this podcast, the day that we recorded up to a week early, make sure you go to patreon.com/trash talk podcast and join the elite level where you will get the podcast the day we record it. There's a lot of things going on. If you want to know about our Patreon, just go there and read stuff.
Go there and read stuff. I mean, we have like over 1,000 hours of bonus stuff.
We do. And also, if you would like to discuss this podcast or this show, 90 Day Fiancé, please go to our Facebook group, 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk on Facebook. Answer the 2 questions and then you'll slide right in.
It's just 2.
Just 2. Before the 90 Days, season 7, episode 13, we're going to jump in the pool with Joe and Magda.
I mean, Magda.
What's wrong with this guy? This guy's on drugs, right?
Here's the thing. Obviously, he's on drugs. I don't think he's on drugs in Poland.
I don't think he's on drugs all the time. I think he's just like shot, right?
Yeah, his brain is broken.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these shoulders tell a story.
The shoulders tell a story. The closeness of his head to his shoulders tell the story, really.
He's head and shoulders above. I can't even finish my sentence.
Wow. He's the cousin of Ed.
He is the cousin of Ed. This guy is head and shoulders above everyone else.
He is. He's head and shoulders. And you know what? He's a spaghetti armed Italian.
He is Capellini armed.
He's in Poland and he feels so comfortable with her, with Magda.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't know her name.
He's like, I don't know her name.
Mm-hmm. He's like, it's very confusing.
I really actually like that answer.
I think that's hilarious.
Because it wasn't a straight answer.
I mean, not one man on the show can give a straight answer. I've never seen so much gaslighting than I have on this episode today.
So much. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't care that he doesn't say her name because she's going to America.
Well, so that's the thing. Like, this is fully for a green card, right?
Listen, if I were her, it's not like he's gross.
No, he's not gross.
You know what I mean? Like, I could date him.
Oh, I could date him, but it's kind of like, she's definitely playing a game here, right?
Sure, but it's not like Michael and Angela. You know what I mean? Like, this is
no, right. He's not like gross, but
no.
I just feel like I'm not crazy, right? Like, this is not like she wants to come to America.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you in a second.
Okay,
how I know that. So they're going up these stairs. What are they staying in someone's house that has like? I mean, what is happening here? The wraparound staircases are insane.
I know.
You're so frozen. What'd you say? You know what?
I said they go up 800 stairs.
800 stairs.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2 rooms.
There's 2 rooms. Good for her.
And she wants to sleep separately. There's no air conditioning.
That's where I draw the line.
And that's where
How hot is it?
I mean, I don't know. You just went up 400 flights of stairs. So even in the winter, it's going to be a little hot.
I know, but then I'm not putting on the AC. Then I'm opening a window.
No. It's hot. I think it's hot.
Yeah.
So she's in like a little dress. Like
that's
it's
true.
Hot.
Yeah, she's in a Hollister dress.
Yes, he bought her the matching sneakers, and they go into town square. And he wants to do shots.
Meat pierogies and shots.
Okay.
With cranberry sauce.
No, I think it was like. Wasn't it like cherry vodka? Yeah, I don't know. Cherry vodka.
No, the sauce that he was dipping the pierogies in. That's what I couldn't figure out.
Oh,
what it was.
delicious.
It was like red.
Yeah, delicious.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
But meat pierogi. That's like eating meat ravioli. Did you ever have meat ravioli?
Okay. My mother, every single time she's in New York, she wants to somewhere where I can bring her to get meat ravioli.
Okay. Did you ever tell her about Chef Boyardee?
Yeah. Hello. Have you seen the dresser in my guest room? What do you think it's filled with?
Chef
what do you
Boyardee?
think is in there? Canned goods. There is red wine. There is macaroni and cheese. There's ramen. There is Chef Boyardee, and there's fried beans.
Why?
Does mental illness? Maybe.
Noelle, do you not feed your mother?
I have a whole ass pantry.
But does she think that there's going to be like some kind of emergency?
I don't know. It's an emergency ravioli.
Your mother came here from Kentucky and she brought a can of soup on the plane that got confiscated. What did she think she was? Did she bring a can opener? What was she doing?
That's okay. So there's no can opener. I've been laughing about this for days. She was coming from Las Vegas to Kentucky. TSA took her can. And I'm like, why did you bring a can?
Right.
And she's like, oh, we were at the Airbnb. There was a can of soup left. And I'm like, so you got to put it in your carry-on. And she's like, I asked the girl at TSA if she could just keep it and take it home. And she was like, no, ma'am, I'm not allowed to do that.
Yeah. She's like, you know what? Because that's disgusting.
But then I'm also like, but why would they confiscate that from you if you can't even open it?
No, because you can't bring liquids on the plane.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And they took her fucking minestrone soup.
Is she okay? Is she recovering okay?
No, I mean she keeps talking about it.
Well, she did lose 85 cents.
I mean, God forbid.
Oh, it's so cheap.
Meat ravioli.
Okay. Have you ever eaten a ravioli thinking it was delicious and then you bit into it and it was meat?
I've never had a meat ravioli.
Okay, well, I have had a meat ravioli.
My father would have thrown me out.
Well, I was not at home.
Oh, okay.
I was at my aunt's house. This is years ago. My mother's listening to this. She probably doesn't even know about this because I couldn't even talk about it because it was too upsetting.
What kind of meat is in there?
It's like, okay, so here's the thing. It's ground beef, but it's made into a paste.
Oh, yuck.
No. It's okay. You know, what do you buy at Chico Caesars?
Caesars.
That's
like
what it
pate.
Is. That's what it is. It's pate. It is. It's not just a paste though. It's also fibrous.
That's awful.
You have no clue.
I've never had that in my whole life.
You actually have no clue how bad it is.
Why would you choose that over a ricotta ravioli?
Okay, so I would never.
Yeah,
that's illegal. But my cousin used to eat them. And my aunt used to make them for my cousin. And I guess she was making them for my cousin and then offered me a ravioli, unbeknownst to me.
Yeah.
And I bit in. Never forget. That's my 9/11.
Is this why you only peel ravioli now?
You know what? It might be. It probably is.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, listen, sometimes I eat gluten because I'm gluten-free. I don't know if you
guys.
Yeah. No, but there's delicious gluten-free ravioli from Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
I peel that too.
I know you do.
And I will not have sauce in it. I cannot have my ravioli concealed.
Interesting. I bet that's why.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
Wow. We've unpacked. We've unpacked and we've peeled back that layer. No pun intended.
We see the root.
We see the root of the ravioli issues.
Yeah.
Wow, we really worked out something.
That's pretty crazy.
This is great.
Oh my God.
Now? I do feel better. I hope everyone's proud of me. But also I've had a meat pierogi at Veselka. I had the short rib one.
Yeah.
It's the same amount of disgusting.
I've ordered them from Matt before. I've never eaten them. Like I got him a meat plate from there once.
Yes, I remember this. Never forget that either.
Yeah, I think he liked it.
Listen, sure. No. No.
Yeah, I don't want that.
So she doesn't want to sleep with this guy until he proposes.
See, that's she's taking it a little too far.
Good for her. And now he's not sure if she just wants a green card. Yeah. And she's like, hey, I guess you'll find out after you marry me.
And he's like, I don't know, man. I think that's so wild. Like, I know that, like, I don't know. I just feel like you shouldn't, like, how do you know?
You gotta, you're saying don't, you gotta buy a little, like, what is it? Have a little milk from the cow?
I think what you're trying to say is don't why would you buy the cow if you can get the milk for free?
Right. So maybe have a little bit of milk.
Have a little bit, have a sip. How do you
Yeah.
know? How do you know?
Well, you know when you get to America and you see how it feels to be in
Right.
America.
That's wild. But you know
Yeah.
what? He seems like the type that'll be like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, what's
Mhm.
he doing? Other things?
Right.
So they go to pretzel class.
That looks fun.
Triggering,
I mean,
but
yeah.
delicious. But he does
He's annoying.
he's so annoying. He
He's
makes these
annoying.
weird sex jokes. He drops the
Mhm.
dough on the floor. He's that guy.
Every class has one.
But she like is here's the thing.
She likes it.
But she doesn't. But she's pretending to like it. She
Sure.
needs to get to America. And it's like, good for you, Magna.
Yeah. MAGA.
So there's weird editing on this. Did you notice this was really choppy? I thought I was having a stroke.
No, it was choppy.
There was like something wrong with the video.
But there was, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was weird editing for also Matilda and Niles.
No. It was like, meh, 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 meh. Like there was something wrong.
Oh, interesting. I don't think I noticed that.
Guys, was there something wrong? Go into the group and tell me if there was something wrong or I was having a stroke during this. So they sit down for the vodka tasting and she asked about when he cheated on her. And he
Right.
said he had, quote, no idea they were together. And she's like, really? Because I was wearing my own engagement ring that I have made for myself so that I did not
So people would think I was engaged.
Yeah,
That's
right.
stupid.
Okay. Why did we just brush over that? Like that's not insane.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's not normal.
No, that's an American.
She's like,
Also,
since
did you
I've met
Okay,
you?
but did
No,
you-
that she didn't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's something I would say.
No kidding. That was my first thought. I was like, this is a Tracy. This is a Tracyism.
I'd be like, I thought we were married from the moment we met.
God, it
I
is
have been-
so you.
I have been loyal and faithful to you since before.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you.
Because you know why? Jesus told me we were going to meet.
That is you.
Look at you, you jerk.
I know. Meanwhile, I'd be like, I would just walk, like, leave. This is just so uncomfortable.
Okay, so he said that he doesn't remember when it was, and she's like, "What? It was on my birthday?" But was it?
Mhm. And then she's like, you were gonna send me flowers, but you just
Okay.
slept with the girl.
But you were gonna send me flowers was triggering to me.
No, I know, but then
She goes,
in another episode, she said that he did send her
She
flowers.
goes, "You tried to send me flowers on my birthday."
Uh-huh.
Tried.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, he didn't really remember when.
Listen, I think that these two are gonna stay together.
Yeah, I think this is amazing.
I just get the feeling.
Listen, if she's coming here to America, good for her. Maybe she needs the money. Sometimes we all need the money. And
Yeah.
this message is sponsored by Greenlight. We all know the old saying, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for life. This advice isn't just for folks who fish. It's a lesson for parents who want their kids to learn important skills that will set them up for success. And as we enter the gift giving season, now is the perfect time to give your kids money skills that last well beyond the holidays. And that's where Greenlight comes in. I've been giving Noelle some fishing lessons.
She really has.
I do. I teach you how to use your money, how to spend it wisely. Greenlight is a debit card and money app made for families. Parents can send money to their kids and keep an eye on kids spending and saving, while kids and teens build money confidence and lifelong financial literacy skills. The Greenlight app lets kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely with games that teach money skills in a fun, accessible way. Noelle's doing great on them, by the way.
I'm really trying.
The Greenlight app also includes a chores feature where you could set up one-time or recurring chores customized to your family's needs and reward kids with allowance for a job well done. Every time Noelle posts a story on Instagram, you get your allowance.
Because I'm a good girl.
You are a good girl. Millions of parents and kids are learning about money on Greenlight. It's the easy, convenient way for parents to raise financially smart kids and families to navigate their life together. Sign up for Greenlight today at greenlight.com/fiance. That's greenlight.com/fiance to try Greenlight today. Greenlight.com/fiance. Moving on to Niles and Matilda.
See, I felt like this was like really choppy.
Okay.
Like the editing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But no, I'm talking about like there was actual.
Oh, no,
video
I get it.
errors.
Yeah. It's just for me in general. I felt like
Right.
the editing was weird as hell here. Like this was a little confusing for me.
Okay. So they're in the hotel room. She asked him to he asked her to heat up his coffee. And they're
She
like,
says, beg me.
right. Very funny. All right. So they have to go to Mr. Ark because they have to pretend this is his father for the knocking ceremony. So they
Right.
go see him. Noelle.
He has a prosthetic hand.
No.
Mm-hmm.
They're zooming in on it.
It's flapping in the wind.
It's hanging off of his maybe fake wrist.
Maybe.
It's made of wood and it's painted with a lacquer paint.
I noticed. It's polyurethane.
Okay, so this is what I want to tell you. There is a man that I used to do comedy with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, his name shall go unnamed.
Okay.
He was an army vet
Okay.
and he lost his hand, not in the army.
Oh, interesting.
I think like smoking some kind of drug
Oh,
that was
blew
very
up.
explosive. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So he had a hand made out of wood and he had a fake ring on the hand.
I love that.
The hand did not just like Mr. Ark's did not move.
Uh-huh.
It was made of wood and it was very clearly not real. He thought everyone couldn't tell. And he would try to like play tricks on people all the time.
With his hand.
And I'm like, buddy, just because there's a fake ring carved into it, we know.
Was the ring like painted?
Yes.
That's
no,
even
it was
better.
like it was carved and painted.
Oh, I love that.
And it's like, buddy, I know that you're not a Super Bowl champ.
Right.
Stop.
That's so funny.
He would prank people. He would take his hands off and leave it like around.
I like that.
He loved it. He really loved it. I mean, and I'm like,
Aviva-
oh my God, this is the guy. I know this guy.
on Real Housewives in New York, Aviva had a fake leg from a farming accident when she was a kid, and she gets it pedicured every week, like with her other leg. Isn't that wild?
What is she? And then they take off the nail polish? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Isn't that
Is it a
crazy?
special
She talks
wood
about it.
paint?
I don't know. But she's like,
Are they using poly on
she
it?
brings it to
Or is it just top coat?
she brings, I guess, just top coat. She brings it to get pedicured every week.
I would only bring that one leg to get pedicured and I would cover my real foot with a sock.
Yeah, she was wild, Aviva.
Oh man. All right. So he said that he's trying to get used to the food. I thought he liked the food.
I thought he liked it too. I think it didn't like him.
Right. So this is also his motherland, Mr. Ark, reminds him of.
Right.
So Mr. Ark is like, absolutely not. You cannot leave without doing the wedding. Now, here's something that me and Mr. Ark, we're not too far apart.
Tell me.
We are the same person.
Why?
Mr. Ark is drunk with power.
He is drunk with power.
He's like, you just said that I'm going to serve as your
He's
father.
like, I'm your dad.
He's like, I'm your dad now. He's like, crawl inside your mother's womb. We're going to have a birthing ceremony.
You're right, though. He is drunk with
He
power.
is
That's so funny.
Drunk with power. He's
Yeah.
like, when you were a little boy, you were so bad. 'Cause I'm
Tracy-
your father and I was there.
This was me at your live show seating people. I was drunk with power.
Yes, this is you
I'm
and
like,
me.
no,
and
no,
Mr.
you sit over here.
Yeah, you're like, absolutely not.
No. Guys, move over.
We only made one very bad mistake of seating at my live show. But anyway, so he's like, I'm the father. So he tells Mr. Ark that he wants more time.
Mhm.
And he's like, can I talk to you in private?
Right.
They're
They
holding
hold hands.
He really likes to get the use out of the good one.
This is you. This is you. You're holding hands and drunk with power. That's just you.
Oh God. So he tells him that he spoke to the family, and Mr. Ark's like, what did you do?
You were supposed to say me first.
He's like, I'm your father.
Oh God, so funny.
He's so upset. He's like, big mistake. Huge.
You made a grave mistake.
He said that he has to discipline his son now. I'm like, oh my God, hit him right now. You better hit him with the fake hand. You better hit him. So that's like, did your dad used to hit you with a wooden spoon? It's like, no, his wooden
Of course.
hand.
It's so, and it's like everyone is so hot. The sweat
Okay.
pouring
this-
off of everyone.
Yes, of course.
I know.
All right. So he said that they're scamming him. And then he said, quote, don't listen to women because they're deceitful.
I know. And then he lost you.
No, really? I'm like, I hear you.
Right. But then he's talking about this and I'm like, damn, is Matilda really being deceitful?
Right. So they confront Matilda and he's trying to keep him from yelling because Niles is upset. But like
Yeah.
also he's making it like now it's like you just hit me with your wooden hand.
Right.
And
it's
now
like,
I'm not allowed to tell
riled up.
Matilda I think she's lying.
Right. Like I'm riled up and now I'm not allowed to say anything. Like, and Mr. Ark is giggling almost.
I know. So
Yeah.
he said that the knocking and the wedding have to be the same day.
Okay,
Now,
I didn't know that.
Here's the thing. He's like, kind of like, if you're going to have food and you're going to pay for the knocking ceremony, just do it all in one. And it's like, oh, I didn't know that was an option.
Right. And he's like, it doesn't need to be a big deal. In our culture, it's like modest.
Right. So they're in the cab and they're fighting. And she said he disgraced her and he thinks she's scamming. She was so embarrassed. So the knocking ceremony has to be smaller.
Right.
And she said, she was like, what are you getting mad about? $200? $200 is nothing. And I'm like, oh man. And he's like, so this is a very funny part.
Yeah.
She's like, I was inviting all of my friends and all my family for you. And he goes, hello? Do you remember when I told you I was autistic? You're going to be real thrilled to have more people when I told you I don't like social situations?
Right. I told you I'm introverted. I'm awkward in social situations. I don't like social situations. And she's basically like, I was doing it to make you happy.
And
so
he's
that's
like, oh,
why
yeah,
it's like,
great.
I don't know, man. First of all, he's really mad.
He's really
like,
mad.
So mad.
He screams at her to stop talking and she's yelling at him.
But what do you think? I don't know. I just felt like it made me feel a little weird about Matilda, and I've never felt that way before.
Oh no, it definitely did.
Okay, good, because I thought that was just me.
It definitely did. In her defense,
yeah,
I feel like worth a shot.
Definitely worth a shot.
Worth a shot. What do you get?
That's your tagline. Worth a shot. That is Tracey's tagline.
It's like, what are you gonna do? Not marry me? No.
Right. Of course he's gonna marry her.
Okay. You know it's not worth a shot?
Oh God. I know.
And
Bosho.
Okay, so she's running from his friends in the night. Okay.
Yeah.
She's crying outside. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, his friends are like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm just not that into her. Like, what do you want me to do?
I know, but that's the thing. I'm not mad at him.
You're right, but the way that everyone's handling this is wild. So now,
okay, let me ask you a question real quick. Do you think that he has gone about this wrong with her?
A little.
I feel like he goes about it wrong, as in I think he gaslights her, as in like I never made it like I wanted a relationship with you.
Okay,
that
so
kind of stuff.
Yes,
but I just feel like, hey, at least he's not like banging her and not into her.
Correct.
Right.
Now this is the part I really liked.
Tell me.
She's standing outside. She's just standing outside. She's like talking about how sad she is, right?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm leaving. I'm done. He comes outside and then she's like, oh, right. I was leaving. I forgot. Let me run away from him.
And she's like screaming at him.
But she was waiting for him to come outside.
I know she was. And then he comes at her. She's yelling at him. But then she stops and starts crying harder. So it's like, which is it?
Right. So he goes, when you calm down, we'll talk. So
and he goes,
leaves.
God bless you. All the best.
Right. He leaves. He feels bad. And he sent her a voice text and invites her to a friend lunch. I love that he
has
says
to be
friend
specific.
Lunch. Okay. So she's going to go for closure.
Okay. No such thing.
Okay. This man, it is a cold day out. This girl is in a trench coat. He is in a short sleeve polo.
Yeah.
It's cold out. And she goes, aren't you cold? He goes, no.
No.
He's like, you know what? I can't be here too long.
Right. This is my excuse to head out.
She's still very confused. Why?
So that's the thing. What are you confused about? He's just not that into you. Stop making yourself look desperate.
Okay. He said that he just wanted to have fun. He is acting dumb, though. He's playing dumb all the way. So this is the problem. This is why I'm mad at him. If he wasn't sure,
right?
Or if anyone's not sure, honestly, before you meet someone, you really should just be like, we should be friends.
Agreed. And see what happens.
Right.
See
but also, like, if you don't want to come here, I totally understand. Like, I just want to be friends with you.
Yeah.
He's acting super done. She's like, you told me you love me. He goes, I literally never said I love you.
Well,
now,
apparently he did.
Here's the thing. She pulls up the text. It's one incident. It's one incident.
Right. I know.
Can you imagine?
No.
Traveling across the world for someone that said I love you as a silly, funny one time.
And he is LOLing when she shows it to him.
Because he goes, that's so me. Because I understand what he means, though.
Yeah, me too.
It's like, no, he wasn't saying I'm in love with you.
Right. I don't
He
know.
was just being silly with her.
I'm really not mad at him. And I also think this could have worked in her favor had she had a cooler head from the beginning.
Mhm. But
Because you know what? Maybe he was unsure at first. He was overwhelmed. But if you guys hung out a little bit, it might have been something. She was rushing him.
Did she tell him that? Did he tell her that he was going to be with her? I
don't know. I know.
There's really
no.
There is not a clear answer.
But she doesn't want to be friends with him.
No. Well, I don't blame her on that.
No, I wouldn't want to be friends with him either.
No way. So he's crushed that there's no chemistry, and he basically got put off.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, so he's basically like, I was scared because like you came on so strong.
Right. And all she had to do was just back off.
Right. So he wants to be friends. There's a weird hug. She says no, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what you should do now?
What?
Wash your hair and go home.
Oh God, wash your hair, please, girlfriend.
Wash your
hair. Wash your face. Brush your hair.
Speaking of washing your hair, let's talk about Brian and Ingrid, who also she doesn't wash her hair a lot either.
Not very often.
They're in
I gotta tell
still.
you, she is always so put together. All of her outfits, everything. She looks so nice all the time.
Wash your hair though.
Yeah, I mean nobody on the show does.
I know. So he's upset that she won't take care of him in their.
I hate this guy. I hate this guy. No, I hate him so much.
I have to put my hand warmer in my sock. My foot's too cold.
You do have very cold feet.
Just my right foot right now.
I know you've been complaining about that since the podcast started.
See, I told you.
Yeah.
Okay, this is great. Wow. Okay. Hold on. Let me just.
Does it help?
Yeah, it's a hand warmer. It's in my sock.
What if it was a massage warmer? Would that make you nauseous?
Yeah, probably.
If it was, of course it would.
I don't like it.
I had a feeling.
So he brings another friend, Brian, who is an old white man that doesn't speak Portuguese.
Yeah.
To meet her. Okay.
I don't know what the point of this was, this guy.
I don't know either. I think they thought it would be more of a conversation.
Right, but he just didn't understand what was happening.
Here's the thing. It's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Uh-huh.
White Brian, is wearing a long sleeve shirt with suede elbow patches.
Oh, no, he is.
He does not speak Portuguese. He is not from there. Where is he from?
That's what I want to know. Because I thought they met while
no. I mean, he's living there, but where is he from?
Right. I don't know. I think he almost sounded like British a little
bit.
But
he lives there, but also you don't speak the language.
You don't speak the language.
What's happening here?
Weird.
So he goes, he's got a great story to tell. Well, that's a terrible story.
Women like him. He's got a story and he's handsome.
The story's not a good story. It's a bad story.
I'd say it's a really terrible story.
All right. So he straight up is like, hi. He's like, see this girl? She's not staying in my hotel room. And also, my ex isn't signing the divorce papers for my 4th divorce.
And she's like, excuse me?
Right. And she's like, he goes, no, she was just using me for a green card. He's like, I don't take marriage lightly. This is going to be my 5th one. What?
His 5th marriage, and he was engaged 3 times.
Right. But he said that it's his 3rd divorce in the USA, 1 in Brazil. And she's learning this for the first time. But if he would have married everyone he was engaged to, he'd be married 7 or 8 times. Who knows?
Right.
There's no way to know.
But he takes marriage very seriously.
What is with his voice being very high?
I know. I noticed that. And it's like, that means you're lying. That's what they say.
Right. Okay. So he's like, yeah, the first one was my daughter. The second, I'm like, wait, the first one was your daughter.
Right. Very confusing. The first marriage resulted in your daughter.
It wasn't your daughter.
Right.
The second one got me shot. The third one stayed with me after the accident.
Yep.
And the 4th one I met here
wanted a green card.
It's like, well, now that you explained it like that.
Now it just sounds great.
She asked if he lied to all of them about his age or just her.
I love that. But then he's basically like, I didn't want a grandma.
Right. But she's like, wait, but you told me you didn't lie about your age. So now you're saying you did lie about your age. And he's like, listen, white Brian, this lady here, she said she's not good at math. And now she's telling me that I lied about my age.
Right. And he's like, I don't think she's going to stop judging me.
And he's nasty. He said that he didn't do anything because she never asked him how many times he was married.
I hate this guy.
And that he's like, listen, this woman is judging me. First, she judges me about my age. Then she judges me about my drug shots. Then she judges me about my past.
Right.
Then she judges me about my marriages. He's like, I don't like where this is headed.
And she's like, I don't fucking like where this is headed.
She's like, but I do need some cash.
Right.
and I do need a father for my son.
Right. Little Arthur needs a dad.
What is happening here? All right. Moving on to Faith and Lauren. I did not need to watch them eat chicken intestine. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I got to tell you, the close up of it, all of
Mm-mm.
it wasn't like for me.
No,
You know,
some just chicken spaghetti.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
seems like they like each other a little bit, these two, in some weird
I
way, right?
guess. So
Yeah.
whatever. She's like, yeah. So yesterday I told my sisters about his STDs and cheating. Fun. And he's like, no, I won't cheat on you again. It was just a miscommunication.
Miscommunication. Uh-huh.
Right.
Mhm.
So he's like, listen, here's what we could do. We could
Yeah.
either get married in Thailand so I could file for citizenship and I could move here right away because that's what I need to do.
Right.
Or I'll marry your mom to get papers.
But why can't he marry Faith?
Well,
You know
because
what I
it's not.
mean?
Well, he can't marry Faith in the
Oh,
Philippines.
right. But why can't he marry Faith's sister?
Well, maybe because her sister eventually wants to marry someone else. Her mother's probably not getting married.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. You know what? It's so funny. I kept saying, then why couldn't he just marry Faith? Like, not realize. I forget. I do. I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy is scamming. He is just, she's like, I think he just wants more citizenship. You think?
I got to tell you, though, he's committed to the bit. And that's what I like about him.
He is committed to the bit.
Yeah.
She wants more time because she doesn't know if she wants to be with him.
Yeah. And you know what? Good for her. I like
Good for
that
her.
she's making, like, holding out. She's not desperate. That's what I like about her.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, everyone in the Philippines has a karaoke machine. I
Uh-huh.
love that there has to be a machine to sing.
Okay. Here's the thing. My mom, when she was in nursing school where she lived,
Everyone was Filipino.
everyone was Filipino. All they did was have karaoke parties all the time.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It is a cult, and they all sing American songs.
It was like one of the first things I catered in my life. I remember
Yeah.
I was a teenager and I catered for the Filipino karaoke
Wow.
party. Uh-huh.
Filipinos love karaoke.
Isn't that
The
wild?
Japanese love karaoke too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love that they're doing Jingle Bells.
They're doing Jingle Bells. And she said that you have to stop at 10 p.m. or the cops come. I love how it's so specific to karaoke.
I know, because everyone is so into it.
Oh my God. What
I don't know, man.
To
There's
be a slave to the machine?
But there's something so sweet about, like, it's this little family. They don't have very much, but they're so close and they just have a good time together.
Yeah,
They just, it's really so
like her
sweet.
family.
Yeah, me too. They're so nice.
They're fun. All right. So they're having some mango. I'm on board. And then they lose me a shrimp paste. He's like, it's not a dip. A dip it is not.
But this is no French onion dip.
He does not like it. So he's like, oh, did you tell your mom that I want to marry her? She's like, I think you should tell her.
And then her mom LOLs.
Wait, but I love how she's like, I think you should tell her. She sets this guy up for so much.
Yeah.
She's like, tell them what happened in your penis.
But that's what I think is funny. That she just gives it to him.
Yeah. Tell him what happened. It was leaking.
Right. Oh, gunk was coming out of
Tell
it.
me about the fester.
Yeah. Gross.
So he's like, okay, so the plan is I'll marry your mom. He's like, and then I'll get a job. And they're like, no. It's hard to find a job here. And he goes, no, you don't understand. Like, I can drive a car.
I fish.
I fish.
Drive.
No,
I
he's
farm.
Like, what?
You fish and you farm from Las Vegas?
Show me. You fish. You cooking shrimp in the bathroom is
right.
not fishing.
What are you farming?
What are you fishing?
Yeah, I would love to know.
You're a commercial fisherman?
Suddenly. This guy could do it all.
He's so full of it. So her mother is LOLing at this. And she goes, oh, no, thank you. I don't want to get involved.
I love that. She's like, I'm a little old for him. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to Vea and Rory and Sunny together, right?
Yes.
Okay. Him or Rory.
She's
he
like,
leaves. He said that Rory's ruining everything. And she's like, no, you're ruining everything. I got to tell you, I'm on her side.
Yeah, he's ruining everything.
But Rory's not nice either.
Okay, if Rory could have just been nice, this could have been a lot easier.
He said he can't take it at all. And she's like, all right, fine, I choose you, Sunny. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
We're still not having Rory leave.
No, Rory's not leaving. I'm not taking the 35-hour plane ride home alone.
But it's so funny because she's like, no, I choose you. And she's like,
but Rory could still stay, right?
Yeah. Right. But but I'm choosing you.
But I'm still choosing you.
Right. And he's like, you're in love with Rory. It's like, I got to tell you.
She's not in love with Rory.
I've never brought one boyfriend on another date.
Yeah.
and been like, no, I'm super into the first guy that I'm taking on the date. It's like, what?
What would be the
If-
point of that? You could just
Let me
be
tell you
with
something.
Rory.
The fact that she brought him is more proof that she doesn't want him
Agreed.
than anything.
They could have gone on vacation together somewhere. Not South Africa to meet her boyfriend.
Sure.
Hmm?
Just saying.
Agreed.
That's it.
That was it. That's the jam.
Well, maybe not too much happened, but a lot happened. But a lot did not happen.
Oh, thank you for clearing that up for me. Very, very specifically.
A lot not did happen.
A lot not did happen. Sounds great.
Let me tell you something. This hand warmer in my sock,
Game changer.
game changer. My whole foot melted.
Wow.
I know. It melted like it was made of plastic.
Wow.
Wow. Here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you follow the podcast, 90 Day Podcast, on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I'm at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. TraceyCarnazzo.com for all of my upcoming show dates. Trash Talk Podcast on TikTok and YouTube. Leave us a 5-star rating and an amazing review on whatever platform you listen to us on. Leave us comments. Leave us comments on our reels. Share our reels. Do all this stuff. Stop not doing this stuff.
Yeah, stop not doing the stuff.
Make us famous. We need you to make us famous.
Come on, guys. It's time.
TraceyCarnazzo.com for everything podcast related and all of my stand-up comedy tour dates. TraceyCarnazzo.com. TraceyCarnazzo.com.
Bye.
TraceyCarnazzo.com.